Very brief look at Calculus 5. This is the long form. It's for these weeks where we have strange weeks where we take a quiz on a Wednesday and a Thursday versus a Thursday and a Friday. F of 0, this isn't calculus, this is just algebra. I'm going to plug a 0 into wherever there's an x. So that means this would be 0, this would be 0, and this would be 0. So a quicker way of doing that is just hiding all the x's. And notice you'll get -8 divided by -4. And that will equal just 2. Same idea with the limit process. The limit as x approaches 0 of 3x squared plus 2x minus 5 divided by x minus 5. When you plug in the 0 algebraically, you're going to be left over with -5 divided by -5. And that would just equal 1. Limit as x approaches 3 of x squared minus 25 over x minus 5. There's two ways of doing this. You could just plug it in, and that would give you 9 minus 25 over 3 minus 5 would be -2. And then you would simplify that. I'm going to use the calculator. So I'm going to plug in my fraction bar, my 9 minus 25, down arrow, divided by -2, and it'll grind it out for you. So it gives us just 8. Another way of doing it is simplifying this. I know that this will factor into x plus 5 and x minus 5. And the x minus 5 and the x minus 5 will simplify. And then I throw the 3 into that. And it would be 3 plus 5 would also be 8. Remember the slope formula is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 divided by x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So whenever I do a slope between 2 points, I'm just going to use my slope template, my division bar, my minus sign and minus sign. And I'm going to do the y values, 11 minus 9 over 9 minus 4. 11 minus 9 is 2. 9 minus 4 is 5, and I'll leave it as 2/5. This is the slope y equals mx plus b, so my slope is just going to be 7/3. Now if it's in the format of ax plus by equals c, which is called standard form, the slope is just going to equal opposite of a over b. So opposite of a over b. So the opposite of 5, that would be -5 over 3. And it's that quick. Opposite of a over b. Opposite of a over b. So that would be -3 over -2. Slope equals -3, opposite of a over b. B is -2. And that would simplify to just 3/2. That move, opposite of a over b, is very, very convenient. Average rate of change is also slope. So it's going to be y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Now this is my x sub 1 and this is my x sub 2. I'm going to set up my slope formula with my fraction bar and my minus signs. And x sub 2 is going to be the 5. X sub 1 is going to be the 2. So I have my bottom, x sub 2 and x sub 1. I need to figure out what goes up here. I take this 5 and I plug it into x squared. 25 minus 1 is 24. I take this 2 and plug into x squared. 2 squared is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. So this is going to simplify to 21 divided by 3, which equals 7. Find a derivative. Power rule. So the power rule is going to give me y prime equals 25 x to the 4th, power rule minus 5. To find the derivative of tangent, we're going to use this note that's all over my classroom. It's pretty simple. So the derivative of tangent, if you look at the note, you just hide the word tangent. And notice it's pointing to 2 secants. So the derivative of tangent is actually secant secant. And another way of saying that is y prime equals, instead of secant x, you can put secant squared. You can put a little 2 up there. The derivative of a square root, y prime equals a division bar, and then you just copy down the 2 that's hidden inside the index there, and then copy down the radical, 5x cubed minus 7. And then what goes on top is the derivative of that, which would be 15x squared.